Last time out on the Ohio River, DJ Miller saw his lead chipped away slightly as DC Presents Deft was one of only 3 finishers at the Thunder in the Ohio World Championship at Evansville. Heading into Madison in a second date with the Ohio River, the defending D1 champion still has a commanding lead as the run to the title intensifies. It's round 5 of the Roostertail Talk Presents Saturday Night Hydroplane League Division I season, the Montgomery Custom Boats Holiday Classic. Hello everyone, my name is Daryl Kinsey Jr., the voice of the Saturday Night Hydroplane League, and welcome to Madison. We're 5 rounds into the championship now, and it is starting to get late in the day if anyone's going to try and make a charge to catch Digital Confectioners Presents Deft and DJ Miller. Coming into today's race, DC Presents Deft has a half an event lead over the field, but as we know here in the Saturday Night Hydroplane League, things often can and will change on a dime. But before we get into today's action, we first have to thank our sponsors. Roostertail Talk is the presenting sponsor of the Roostertail Talk Presents Saturday Night Hydroplane League. Join host David Newton on a weekly tour through the fastest sport on the water as Newton sits down with some of the personalities that make this sport great. For more information and to listen to past episodes, head on over to roostertailtalk.com. We also want to thank Montgomery Custom Boats for being the sponsor of today's race. Montgomery Custom Boats has been a trusted name in race boat paint scheme since 2009. MCB has painted several race machines on both virtual and real world water, including the Spirit of Qatar and Home Street Bank boats of Unlimited Hydroplane fame. To find more of Craig Montgomery's work or to inquire about a scheme of your own, head over to montgomerycustomboats.wordpress.com or search Montgomery Custom Boats on Facebook. Thank you to Montgomery Custom Boats for sponsoring today's Montgomery Custom Boats Holiday Classic. Before we get into Division I action, let's find out how the D2 final shook out in this edition of the D2 Update. In the Mayor's Cup, it was once again Carson Kelly picking up the win in a Saturday Night Hydroplane League Division II final. Carson picked up the win over the U22 Miss DHL of Daryl Kinsey Jr. and the U56 Dunlop Motorsports of TJ Serwinski, who rounded out the podium. Carson qualified first with a qualifying speed of 162.538 miles per hour and uncharacteristically only won 2 heats on the day, but he made those the most important heats of the day, that being Heat 3C and, of course, the final. Likewise, it was a great day in the points for Daryl Kinsey Jr., yours truly, as he went from 6th to 4th in the point standings in Division II. That is important as the top 5 get to move on into Division I. However, on the other side of things, Cody Gwill and Luke Nelson ran into problems during the mill period as they came together during the fight for lanes before the start of the final in Division II. Both those racers did not start, elevating Ken Burt, who was the trailer, to a 4th place finish. D2 action continues in Detroit 2 weeks from now. That'll be the Silver Cup, a 4-heat event in Detroit, Michigan on January 2nd, 2021. Before we get started with the D1 final, we want to give our prayers and well wishes to the Kelly family. As you may have heard, Angela Kelly, wife of H1 Unlimited driver Jay Michael and mother of current SNHL D2 points leader Carson, is in Arizona recovering from surgery related to a brain aneurysm. If you would like to help the Kelly family, a GoFundMe has been set up. You can find the page by heading over to gofundme.com/f/Angela-Kelly. That's gofundme.com/f/Angela-Kelly. 5 boats will be on the front line, and 1 boat will be the trailer here in Madison. It's time to meet the fleet for the final in Montgomery Custom Boats Holiday Classic. We'll start with the Wounded Warrior Project, the U8 of Ben Dowell. Ben Dowell comes into the final at 1,030 points. He qualified 11th, won Heat 2D, and finished second in Heats 1D and 3C. Next is Eddie Canfouche in the U16 Cheerios. Eddie qualified first and won 2 out of his 3 qualifying heats to make the final. He won Heats 2C and 3C, finishing second in Heat 1A. Next up is Mickey Washburn in the U9 Miss Vandelay. Miss Vandelay qualified third and finished second in all 3 qualifying heats to make the final on 970 points. Matt Johnson Design is next, driven by, of course, Matt Johnson. Johnson has 1,075 points after qualifying 5th and winning Heats 2A and 3D, finished Heat 1B in 3rd. Next up is the U98 Mike's Heart Lemonade of Peyton Hopp. Hopp qualified 10th and won Heats 1A and 3B while finishing second in Heats 2C. He's on 1,130 points. And tonight's trailer will be the 99.9 Bucket List presents Miss Rock with Taylor Evans. Taylor qualified 8th, finished 3rd in Heats 1D and 3A, and won Heat 2B, and of course won the consolation to be here on 880 points. If you're wondering where is the U1 DC presents Deft of DJ Miller, well, Miller was only able to finish 3rd in the consolation, which means for the first time this season, our defending champion will not be in the final, which means for these boats on the water will be a great opportunity to gain some much needed points on the champion, including the U16 of Eddie Canfouche, who comes into tonight's event in 3rd place. We're now under 2 minutes and 40 seconds. We've got 2 boats deciding the troll, make that 3 with Mike's Heart Lemonade, Ben Dowell in the Wounded Warrior Project. They're in the center of your screen, the U16 Cheerios of Eddie Canfouche, United Vandelay Industries. Looks like she's going to come and join these racers. Make a hard left-hand turn, but it looks like she's not going to slow up. And no, the U9 Miss Vandelay is going to continue around. So it's going to be 3 boats that are going to be doing what's become the traditional trolling method here in Saturday Night Hydroplane League. Remember, no 80-mile-per-hour rule here in virtual unlimited hydroplane racing. So what these 3 boats are doing, not only is it a throwback to how these races used to be contested, it is all perfectly legal. While the other boats on the course will be trying to get a flying start now, as we're under 2 minutes to go to the start. Try to get a flying start and jump them in the fight for lanes, which will begin at the 1 minute pin, which will take place there at the exit pin of turn number 1 to the right of your picture. So now under 1 minute and 35 seconds to go until the start of the final in the MCB Holiday Classic. We've got 3 boats deciding the troll. We've got 2 more that are going to try to get a flying start. There they are at the back of your picture. Matt Johnson Design. Miss Vandelay will be joining him shortly. And of course, 99.9 Miss Rock, who has to start 5 seconds behind these vessels, as we're now coming under 10 seconds to the 1 minute pin. And here comes Matt Johnson Design, gonna try to get the jump around the 3 boats that decided to troll, as we're now under 5 seconds, under 2 seconds. It's gonna be a clean score up, and the fight for lanes begins. Matt Johnson Design's got the advantage there in lane number 4, but cannot get overlap over Wounded Warrior Project and the Cheerios boat of Eddie Canfouche. Has been down, it's forced over a little bit by the rooster tail of Matt Johnson Design. He's sitting there right in the tunnel, but none of these boats can get overlap, and that's going to be the most important for Mike's Heart Lemonade, who's going to hold on to lane number 1. Cheerios will be in lane number 2. Wounded Warrior Project in lane number 3. Matt Johnson Design in lane number 4. And if Mickey Washburn was to get his 2nd win of the season, he's going to have to get it done from lane number 5. So here we go now, under 20 seconds, and we got 5 boats coming off turn 2. And here they come in formation. The fleet is ready as we are under 10 seconds. All 5 boats come up on the power now as we're under 5 seconds. And it's time to turn them loose. In the Montgomery Custom Boats Holiday Classic, the green flag is in the air, and it's a good start. And Matt Johnson Design will lead the boats into turn 1. But McKinney hold on out of turn number 1 as he's on the outside lane as Peyton Hopp there. Mike's Hard Lemonade is going to have the shorter way around and the advantage, and he is going to have the lead as they come down the backstretch for the first time. Mike's Hard Lemonade leads the way. Matt Johnson Design is in second, but he is being hounded to the inside by Cheerios and Wounded Warrior Project. On the outside, Mickey Washburn is trying to find some speed there and Miss Vandalay. Taylor Evans is the trailer. He continues in 6 as Ben Dowell goes flying and out of this final, got into the Rooster Tail of Matt Johnson Design. His day is done. We now ride along with the U16 Cheerios of Eddie Canfucci. He's in 3rd place, but he's in lane number 2. He's got the shorter way around the course compared to Matt Johnson Design, but can he find the speed to take second away as we begin lap number 2, and Mike's Hard Lemonade in the lead, Matt Johnson Design in second, and Eddie Canfucci and Cheerios in 3rd as they come through turn number 1. Eddie Canfucci, they're nearly deck to deck, and there is a penalty. We got a jump start, and that is going to be the trailing boat, the 99.9 Miss Rock. Not going to be a help for Taylor Evans as coming down the backstretch, nearly side by side as Matt Johnson and Eddie Canfucci as they battle for second. Right along with Eddie Canfucci as we head into turn number 2. Got to be really careful here as he's in the tunnel as Canfucci gets into the Rooster Tail of the Miss Mike's Hard Lemonade, and then gets into the Rooster Tail of Matt Johnson Design. He gets spit all the way out into lane number 3. So the U16 is going to be able to hold on to 3rd place, but lose a whole lot of time to Matt Johnson Design in the leader, Mike's Hard Lemonade, as we start lap number 3. As we see our first 3 come through turn number 1. Once again, Mike's Hard Lemonade has a Rooster Tail advantage over the U10, who has a Rooster Tail advantage over Cheerios. And it's a couple Rooster Tails back to Miss Vandalay, and Taylor Evans got all sorts of crossed up through turn number 1, holds onto the boat and keeps on going as Peyton Hopp continuing to lead, really flying the boat down the backstretch, and is holding on to a Rooster Tail lead over Matt Johnson Design, who's holding well there in lane number 2, but cannot find the speed to claw back the advantage that Peyton Hopp has right now as they go through turn number 2 and fly down the front stretch once again. There's Matt Johnson Design still holding right there at the edge of the Rooster Tail of the U99 and that piston-powered boat, or the U98 rather, piston-powered boat of Mike's Hard Lemonade as we start the championship laps. Lap number 4, Mike's Hard Lemonade in 1st, Matt Johnson Design continues to be 2nd, and Cheerios continues in 3rd as Peyton Hopp looking for his first win of the season and really just has to maintain the advantage now as we get a replay to see what happened between Matt Johnson Design and Ben Dowell, and it looks like Ben Dowell just slid out into the Rooster Tail of Matt Johnson Design and went cartwheeling through the air. Here's a second look of it as we ride along with Ben Dowell. They head into turn number 2, and Ben just couldn't hold the lane, slides into the U10, and he's just a passenger from here, goes all the way up onto his lid and out of this event. But meanwhile, it's now 3/4 of a Rooster Tail. Matt Johnson Design starting to claw back a little bit of this deficit as we start the final lap with Mike's Hard Lemonade leading the way, Matt Johnson Design in 2nd, and Cheerios continuing in 3rd. They come through turn number 1. Matt Johnson needs a good turn here, and he's going to need an even better backstretch as Peyton Hopp of the U98 Mike's Hard Lemonade has been able to fly the boat well and is again, he's got those front sponsons just barely touching the water, getting the most speed possible without putting that boat in danger of going over as Matt Johnson just has, or not Matt Johnson, it's Peyton Hopp, just has to be consistent through the last turn now as we come through turn number 2. Matt Johnson Design has picked up a little bit of the advantage, but it's not going to be enough as we come through turn 2 for the final time and down the front stretch and to the checkered flag. Peyton Hopp and Mike's Hard Lemonade is going to win the Montgomery Custom Boats Holiday Classic and take 400 points. Matt Johnson Design finishes 2nd and gets 300, 225 for Cheerios in 3rd. Here comes across the water the 99.9 Miss Rock. She's going to be a lap down as now here comes Miss Vandalay Industries for 169 points. Here are your results in the Custom Boats Holiday Classic. Mike's Hard Lemonade is 1st, Matt Johnson Design is 2nd, U16 Cheerios is 3rd, Miss Vandalay 4th, and the 99.9 Bucket List Miss Rock the last of the finishers, a DNF in this heat, the U8 Wounded Warrior project of Ben Dowell. We also had a 1-minute penalty for jumping the start, assessed to the bucket list Miss Rock, Taylor Evans. And here are your national high point standings, and the lead has shrank. DJ Miller came in with a lead of over 600 points, is now down to 168 over Cheerios, who moves into second. Stu's Self Service Garage drops down to third. Mike's Hard Lemonade with the win jumps up to fourth, and Miss Vandelay drops back to fifth. You see the relegation and promotion watches on your screen there. Bottom 5 go to Division 2. The top 5 in Division 2 will move up into this division next season. Well, let's have a word from our winner. Here is Peyton Hopp on his run in the U98 Mike's Hard Lemonade, the winner of the Montgomery Custom Boats Holiday Classic. A team commentary reunion as Peyton Hopp joins us.
Yeah, baby.
Peyton, you got the timing marks down all night. You got lane number 1, and from there, you had to take on a very hard charging Matt Johnson. We know how good he was on the outside all night. We were able to keep composure, get the win, and score one for the piston-powered boats at the same time.
You know, I'm starting to like this Madison course. I did really well in the E-League, and I picked up 2 heat wins here, and I knew it was going to be a tough field in the final. I saw Matt was out there. He went for the flyer. Didn't quite get it, but he was putting some pressure on me in the early going. But I had my brother and one of the greatest crew chiefs of all time, Saxon Hobb, giving me perfect instructions on when to hit my marks, both at the 1-minute pin and at the start. And like you said, man, I mean, I've been hitting my marks all night long, and it feels great to finally be on top after I struggled the first quarter of the season.
Peyton Hopp, the winner of the Montgomery Custom Boats Holiday Classic. Congratulations. Enjoy this one, man. This feels really good. It's great talking to you, and enjoy Slam Fest here at the end of the night.
Yeah, baby. Woo!
The next time the Saturday Night Hydroplane League Division 1 will be on the water will be in 2021 when they head to Detroit for the Easton Eagles Entertainment President's Cup. The race will be seen January 9th, 2021. You can watch that race live on the UHL Hydroplanes Facebook page. Well, for everyone here at Rooster Tail Talk presents the Saturday Night Hydroplane League, my name is Derek Kinsey Jr. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Seconds now, under 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. That's going to be a clean score up. Fight for lanes begins now. And I think Tequila Patron's going to have to go around again. Was a little bit early there to the jump on the 1-minute pin. But it's going to be Taylor Evans that should be able to hold on to lane number 1. As they come down to the commitment buoy at the entrance pin of turn number 2. DJ Miller will get lane 3. Scott Przybylski with lane 2. With John Ashby into the Tequila Patron having to move out to the outside to try and get this done. So here comes John Ashby. He'll go into lane number 4. So now under 15 seconds. Now all the boats get on the power. It's going to be a little bit sluggish for Taylor Evans. That might hurt him. As they go under the bridge. And we're now under 5 seconds. 3, 2. one. Mark John Ashby is out of this one. It's going to be DJ Miller to lead them into turn number 1. Miller has the lane number 3, but Taylor Evans is going to have the shorter way around in lane number 1. Who's going to come out of turn number 1 with the advantage is going to be DJ Miller, and Digital Confectioners presents Def.
Scott and Taylor holding tight, though. Going to be an interesting turn coming up here.
Who's going to get the best turn into turn number 2? There could almost be 3 wide as Taylor Evans in there. Lane number 1 is going to take second place away from Scott Przybylski, but DJ Miller's going to hold Scott tight. So now Scott is in the tunnel. He drifts out into his rooster tail but holds on to it. It is DJ Miller leading the way in Digital Confectioners presents Def. As we end lap number 1, is going to be Taylor Evans in Bucket List Miss Rock in second, and Scott Przybylski holding tight there in third as he gets buffeted around by the rooster tail of Digital Confectioners presents Def as we head into turn number 1.
Race.
They are 3 wide going into the turn, and it's going to be Taylor Evans that comes out of it with the lead, and it's 3 boats side by side by side as they head down the backstretch. Now Przybylski gets over into Digital Confectioners presents Deft a little bit, but DJ holds on to it. But now it's Taylor Evans and Miss Rock in first. Second is going to go to Scott Przybylski, who gets the rooster tail and flips over. And now it's going to be between DJ Miller, who lost a lot of speed there, and Taylor Evans, who now has over a rooster tail advantage as we begin the final lap. Taylor Evans in 99.9 Miss Rock. Bucket List Racing Miss Rock leads the way. Second is going to be Digital Confectioners presents Def. Third is going to be Tequila Patron and Bo Rarick. But it's going to be Evans out of turn 2 with the advantage and with a full head of steam with a golden ticket to the final in his hand.
Wow.
And here comes Taylor Evans into turn number 2 for the final time over a rooster tail advantage over DJ Miller. We know the officials will take a look at what happened with Scott Przybylski, but it's going to be Taylor Evans down the front stretch for the final time. And Bucket List Miss Rock is on her way to the final. Taylor Evans is going to win the consolation heat.